10 reasons why Hillary Clinton lost the presidential race. Despite a lot of hate stirred up by Donald Trump in his campaign, he surprisingly managed to win against the Democratic representative, Hillary Clinton. With the biggest upset in USA's political history, here are the 10 reasons why Hillary lost the presidential race. Campaigning with the media. The media nowadays is notorious for being biased and staging stories every now and then. People are smart enough to know this, and this could be the reason why Hillary lost. She's been shown to have a great number of supporters, and news about her always pointed out to an obvious win. They should have known that the mainstream media nowadays is one of the most hated institutions in the US. Sabotaged campaign documents. This is one of the hurdles that Hillary had to manage in her campaign. A hacker named Guccifer 2.0 was able to hack the Clinton Foundation server and revealed a lot of emails concerning Hillary's campaign, involving super PACs, attacks on Ed Klein, framing Bernie Sanders, and more. It was a huge reveal on WikiLeaks, and it created a lot of concern for voters. Unappealing political persona. She is resilient, and she knows how to face her opponents. As for her shortcomings, she has a tendency to break through the glass ceiling, and people know this. While she thinks she's getting it right and making a great image of herself in front of the nation, the truth is, a lot of voters don't get her personality. On the other hand, Trump could be both racist and sexist, and many are sure about this. Her family's share of controversies. Hillary's family has been on the media spotlight for decades, and like any other celebrity, they had their share of controversies. From the Lewinsky scandal to the Whitewater controversy involving Bill and Hillary Clinton's investments back in the 90s, the political family had so many issues to endure, and people don't seem to forget these things. Her efforts on terrorism. Her support with the war against terrorism is clear, but Trump's statements about her might be true. Her weakness and ineffectiveness might have caused the problem. While her views on immigration policies have left immigrants happy, the rest of the population thought that Trump could be right about building a huge wall down south. Actions are louder than words. Trump has been criticized mostly by what he had said in the media, like putting a Great Wall in the Mexican border and sexist remarks about women. Clinton, on the other hand, was scrutinized for her actions, many of which were bigger issues compared to what Trump did in the past. Affiliations with the outgoing president. The outgoing president, Barack Obama, had his citizens concerned with new policies, most of which were criticized for the lack of systematical approach and poor performance. Don't get me started with Obamacare. If Hillary Clinton wins the election, it's like having a third Obama presidency with platforms pointing towards the last administration's agenda. People wanted a change in office. She deviated from what most Democratic presidential candidates would do in an electoral campaign. She talked about taxes, renewable energy, and even covered a new policy in healthcare. What did go wrong in her campaign? Nothing. After 2 presidential terms under a Democratic banner, people just wanted a new face in charge of running the country. Her sights always aimed at Trump. This is probably the biggest weakness in Hillary's campaign. She talked a lot about Trump. People are already used to how Trump makes controversial remarks. Hillary throwing jabs in most of her speeches, on the other hand, is pretty alienating to some. While Trump is getting the reputation of being real, Hillary's anti-Trump tactics totally backfired. She's a weak candidate despite elite support. She's unlikable. After 2 presidential elections, you probably realized it by now. Coupled with controversies in the past, it was a battle with the inevitable. In her campaign, she was even said to be robotic, even uncharismatic at times. With failed promises under a Democratic rule, that's for 2 terms. Americans had enough. Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.